Before I get started with this video, I just want to let you guys know that it's just a little summary as to why I haven't really been making content much. Primarily it's just because Persona 5, which I'll be talking about a lot in this video. Um, Obviously I have school, which is should be an obvious one for a lot of you guys, and many more, which I'll kind of be discussing in this video. But before I start, I have a Twitch channel now, so if you guys haven't followed me or don't know that I have a Twitch channel that actually does have content in there or plans to have content in there for the future as well, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'll be doing lots of variety gaming there, so if you're interested, make sure to follow me. Link to my Twitch channel will be in the description. So I know it's been a while since I've actually haven't made content for this channel, let alone just doing streams or videos for Wizard 101. And I thought I should explain myself as to why I haven't really been making content in general, not just for Wizard 101, but just in general. I know I've been doing streams, but I haven't really been doing streams as consistently as I wanted to. And there's for a couple of reasons, just to get these reasons out of the way. A part of it, obviously, you guys know, it's because it's school. I'm at school, more focused on school than I am of anything else. I still want to make content as much as possible from the free time that I have, but at the same time, I do also want to be a good student. So it's not really going to be something that you're going to see very often, that I'd be doing streams or video content creating. Not that I really did much to begin with during the summer. But I still want to get something out there, even if it's just a stream, even if it's just a video. I'll still try to make videos, I'll still try to make streams. The other reason is mainly because of this, Persona 5. I mean, this is the main reason as to, why I haven't really been making content. And it's a fairly long story, which I will be telling you. The valuable lesson about the game that I learned, not from the story, just in general, is that you shouldn't really, be focused on, playing a game for the sake of streaming or, video making. Basically, don't necessarily have to play a game for content. And this is a very important thing that I learned recently because, during the beginning of the channel, I remember that this game actually came out 2 years ago. And I knew what the game was. I just didn't necessarily put an eye on it because when I thought about it to myself, I was just like, nah, maybe I shouldn't, do this, because I know that if I buy it, obviously it's just because I want to make content out of it, even though obviously I still want to have fun. Part of it is still to make content because I want variety on the channel. I don't want to be just a Wizard 101 channel. And I know people probably won't like it because it's not Wizard 101. And I probably won't enjoy it as much, even though I've been hearing lots of praise from the game. Even though I've been, hearing lots of really amazing reviews about the game, and I still just decided not to do it. Then a little bit later, I got a PS4. I decided getting the game, decided streaming it for myself, or not streaming, but making a video of it myself, and I didn't really like it because I had a pretty corrupt file. The audio was kind of glitched. It was glitched pretty badly, and part of me was just thinking to myself that this game seems more like something that I would rather play by myself than to actually make a video out of, or any sort of streaming content out of. And I just decided to just leave it aside until recently. It was a week before I came back to school, and I decided that eventually that I would be playing Persona 5 after debating to myself for a while, because it was actually during a week. For a little context, it was during a week that I, just came back from a very heavy holiday work session at retail. There's two parts to it. For holidays, it's the sell session, which all you do for the most part is just selling as much as you can to customers, and you have lots of customers coming in buying things. Then you have part 2, which is the return session, and generally it's customers coming back with the gifts that they got. Maybe they didn't like the gift, maybe they just wanted to exchange it for something else, maybe they want to exchange the size. And generally it was just mostly people coming for exchanges and returns, and there was a lot of people, so obviously it had to be busy. And it was finally a week after all that I get to actually have to spend time for myself. I get to actually decide what I actually wanted to do with the remainder of my break, so that I can at least say that it was a pretty good break. and I decided that I was eventually playing Persona 5. And for those who don't know, Persona 5 definitely makes you try to connect with characters. Like, when it says to take your time, it really means to take your time. And I actually didn't mind it. I actually love the aspect of the game. In fact, I think that's one of its greatest aspects is, you know, developing the characters by how much you interact with them. And there's so many characters that you wish you were able to interact, but you know, there just wasn't enough time in the game for you to interact with them. And you know, it's a game that just makes you wish that you've had more time. It makes you wish that you had time to just do other things, because your time is very limited. And you know, even so, I still enjoy my time interacting with all the characters as much as possible. Obviously, I didn't get to interact with all of them fully, and I would do it with New Game Plus, but like since Persona 5 Royal is coming out, I'll probably just, you know, do all that once Persona 5 Royal, you know, introduces itself. But yeah, essentially, I remember when I picked it up, it was during a time that I really wanted to stream. I really wanted to make videos, and I knew that if I played this game, I'm probably gonna take up most of my time playing this game and not do the other two things to keep the channel consistent. But eventually I just decided, yeah, let's just go for it. You know, I know that I'm at least gonna have a good time. And I did. And I'm glad that I had a good time. And, you know, I thought that I was actually gonna be able to finish it within a week. But it turns out I actually finished this game within 3 weeks. In fact, I just recently finished it last Thursday, where at the ending, I was planning to finish it like at 1 a.m. because like I just came back from a workout around night. And I actually have finished it at 3 a.m. instead. So part of me is actually glad that my parents actually didn't notice that I was actually sleeping very late just because I was playing a game, and that they get mad at me because I was sleeping late because I was playing a game. And you know, they just didn't find out, so that's a good thing. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry, it just had to happen. But I just knew I could have finished it. I knew I could have finished it during that one day, so I just decided to put as much as I can to finish it within that day. And it was enjoyable. And back to what I said before, it made me realize that, like, you know, the most valuable lesson that I learned from playing it is that you don't have to necessarily, you know, play something for the sake of content. And the reason why I say this is because before then, I did mention it before that, you know, obviously I just wanted to create content. And obviously, you know, I still wanted to have fun, but a part of me still wanted to also grow the channel. A part of me still wanted to be consistent. And, you know, there is a huge difference, at least in my opinion, when it comes to making content, making, you know, recording or like streaming games for content, to just playing it personally. The biggest difference being that, like, you know, you get to spend your time as much as you can. One of my biggest issues when it comes to me, you know, just playing or streaming certain games is that I'm fairly limited to like a time as to like, okay, this is how long I could do a stream, because, you know, obviously there's many factors that goes to it. Like, maybe I get tired because I'm just using so much energy while I'm streaming or making videos that, you know, eventually I just have to stop. You know, maybe I just, you know, wanted to make it somewhat long, but not too long to where people can still be able to view the streams when they are like back as like, you know, video formats, and, you know, just many other things. But like when it came to me personally playing like Persona 5, for example, you know, I was able to do whatever I wanted. So if I wanted to like prepare for a palace, I could have done that. If I just wanted to, you know, connect with other characters, I could have done that. You know, it doesn't have to be like characters that will help me, but characters that I just genuinely just wanted to connect to. Definitely could have done that, and it would have been easy. And I just didn't have to worry about a time frame. And while, yes, I was still technically, you know, not taking a break because I was still, you know, doing streams now and then, mostly of the KH3 streams, I was at least taking the break from Wiz. And, you know, I had a great time, honestly. You know, it felt good, you know, playing the game overall. I don't know, personally, I feel like it's a good experience to just play games by yourself, because you do get to, you know, experience more than when you're streaming. Because sometimes you might get distracted because you're trying to be active with your chat, you're trying to be interactive, and sometimes you might miss a few things because you're trying to be interactive with the chat. While if you're playing by yourself, you're more focused on what you're doing, which is playing the game. That you know, you get to see like those little things that you might have missed if you were to just stream or if you were to just make videos. I'll be going back to, you know, playing Kingdom Hearts, you know, after finishing all of KH3, after finishing Dream Mine, you know, just enjoying every little aspect that comes from the game, take my time, and just, you know, savor the moment. And yeah, I think that it was thanks to Persona 5 as to like when I realized that, yeah, you know, it's okay to just like you play games not for the content, but just for the sake of the fact that you just wanted to play them. You know, you don't have to always record or stream every single game that you play. So after ranting about Persona 5 and everything for like a good portion of the time, I also, you know, want to talk about, you know, Whis, because I know lots of people have been wondering about Whis, and you know, what exactly, you know, am I going to be doing with Whis 101 content? Honestly, if I'm being honest with you guys, I haven't necessarily been enjoying I haven't been necessarily enjoying Whis 101 as much as I used to. Max PvP has just become nothing but like ice and fire PvP at this point, because most of the time I just go against an ice or a fire, and you know, I haven't really been enjoying PvP as much as I used to. I've still been doing some PvP off camera now and then, but it's not as consistent because I am rusty, obviously. But I don't know, I just haven't really been enjoying the game as much. Not to say that I want to quit. I still want to, you know, keep making Wizard 101 content, but a part of me just doesn't enjoy the game that much, and there's just no reason for me to stream right now Wizard 101 content, because like, what is there to do? Now, I could be questing a character, but not many people would like to see it. I could be doing PvP, but I can only do 2 PvPs right now as of current because my gear isn't updated. Like, I really do need the new gear to be somewhat competitive with right now's PvP, and I just don't really feel like farming the catacombs without double reagents being on. So Wiz, if you're listening to me right now, I'm just asking you like a very small favor. Please put double reagents right now. It would really be super beneficial for me, and I can actually finally create more content for Wiz. Thank you very much. So yeah, it's like, you know, part of the reason is mainly just because like my gear isn't updated, and I could be doing legendary, but obviously legendary takes a while to get someone in queue. Could be doing max, but the only max I could do is myth, and well, as much as I love Myth PvP, I also love to switch up characters in case somehow one of my wizards goes on a losing streak and I'm just not having as much enjoyment out of it during a time because I'm just on a losing streak. I can always switch a character and, you know, just play something else during the time and just enjoy myself with a different school. And not to mention because people like to see the variety in PvP. Will I be coming back to doing Wiz content though? Yes, most likely. I still somewhat enjoy the game. Even though, you know, it's in the state to where like I just don't really see much of a positive side, but I'm still trying to keep myself positive, you know, still hoping that somehow, you know, we as a community will be able to fix the problems with PvP and just make Wiz a lot more enjoyable again. So I still have some faith on it, but, you know, I'm just trying to be patient at this point. But yeah, generally, just mostly wanted to talk about Persona 5 because I just love the game. For those who actually did get interested by what I said about the game, if you're interested in playing it, you could definitely play it yourself. It's fairly cheap. Royal is coming out, so like maybe you might just want to get Royal instead of like the regular game. So I'm not sure if you should be playing the original. If you're interested like to play the original and then play Royal, or like you could just play Royal and play the extra stuff as well. You'll probably have to find that out yourself. Because personally, I don't know. I'll probably find that out myself. I don't really need to though, because you know, I already played the original. And Royal's just going to be coming out in a few months. Actually, in 1 month. It'll be coming out like late March, which is really awesome. So yeah, if you're interested, check it out. One thing I want to warn you though is that there are moments where the game asks you to, if you want to save the black screen. If that was to happen, make sure to save your game. Actually, in general, just make sure to save your game as much as possible, because the reason why is there are segments within the game that will probably cut your gameplay short if you were to make a certain decision, and that's all I have to really say. But other than that, if you want to try it out, definitely try it out. But pretty much, just want to let you guys know that there will be more videos coming very soon. I will be trying to finish videos that I currently still haven't finished from last year. This includes like Detroit Become Human. This includes Marvel Spider-Man DLC stuff. And also more stuff to come as well, more Wiz content to come as well, and you'll also be expecting a lot more streams on Twitch. So for those who don't know, follow me on Twitch. I'll be doing lots of variety gaming there. Maybe I might consider doing Wizard 101 there. It won't be as often though. If anything, Wizard 101 most likely will stay on YouTube. But we'll see about that. You know, I'm not really 100% sure about a lot of things. But what I am sure of is that I'll be streaming on Twitch more often. It just seems to be a really fun platform to be streaming lots of games, and I've just been enjoying it so much. So if you're interested, make sure to follow me there. I'll also be playing Persona 5 Royal when it drops on, on Twitch. So if you're interested in that as well, if you don't want to play it yourself, you just wanted to see my experience through it, finally live streaming it, you could definitely just follow me and just wait for that time to come. But other than that, guys, hopefully that you did enjoy today's video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Also, sorry it's a very long video, and as always, remember to stay frenzy. Peace.
Getting stronger every day.